The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. They can carry you anywhere you like, well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. On the home stretch. Bomber bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Boom, boom. Sharp steel. Right in the face. Shot. Filthy. Flash the slash. Person. You're injured. Go make the most of the day. Let's see. Great shot. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Stay away from that biohazard. You'll want to wash yourself off for a month. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. It carries so much hate, and its insatiable hunger has only increased over the years since it claimed revenge on your parents. Gizmo says he also has re-memories from the long gone, but unlike you, he doesn't think of the past, for it's gone. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget. It'll provide some comfort to your soul and keep the memory of lost loved ones in your heart.
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds you!
I've got all the...
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the path that brought you to this point. Would you have been happier Supposes that's all any of us can do. Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seem so... Figures everyone does. They seem unusually dedicated to finding them. But that's not important. No. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for... He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone, so you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mecton strong enough to... It's the part of the land that suffered most from the apocalypse. It's deprived of oxygen, making it next to impossible for anything but creatures that were most contorted by the contamination. Don't forget the past. Learn from it. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. Don't let the dark time take you. Gizmo wants to help if he can. You should pay the Ankati tribe a visit before it's too late. Says you should take it easy. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Wishes you goodbye. That's the leftover you're looking for. This is all about you. Whether you succeed or fail, it's on you. That's just awful. Watch your step around here. Take a good look around you. That's just nasty. Biohazards make you puke. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. Time to get a move on before all your chances slip on by. The grease monkey's mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. In the old world, roads like this really led somewhere. Now, most of them lead to disaster. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. Let's see. This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be. Claims he goes after the most dangerous game, huge monsters. Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes. Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions. You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care. It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss. Claims he mostly kills whoever he doesn't like. Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot. Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead. Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones. He's afraid you're just as stubborn as them. But enough of that, right? He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed. He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output. Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short. Thinks that it all hangs on the tree of life. When it started to fail, everything changed. Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter. Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big. There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes. Says you stick to the hunting and shots present themselves later. Sound seems to travel farther at night. Bring up. A punch crunch. Want to fall back. Just listen. You might hear something important. Not just from me. Wait, it's the scrip hole-up. Place is just filled with critters, shot through. That feels better. Super effective. It's becoming terminal. Disgusting. Biohazard. Just gross. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. Not going to race away this time. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Not getting away this time. Amazing. Ready to ride. Everyone should have one of these. He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. It's not his cleanest invention so far, but it gets the job done. Use it to suck up gooey oil puddles in the Mekton's way so you can pass. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now. Otherwise, he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. He asks you to not even think about taking on the jumbo puff on foot. You'll need the Mekton to do the job. Take his word for it. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He got the idea to build the Mekton when he found a big crate containing the metal frame for something Toxanol had named an exoskeleton. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Wants you to know how great your father was. So kind and helpful, just like you. Says you should take it easy. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Wishes you goodbye. This could be the beginning of the end of everything. Imagine that. You could just go to a place like this to get a proper meal back in the old world. Hot metal. Knock 'em flat. Don't pass out. Mount up. Hard to do anything without air. See what this thing can do. On guard. Bullets everywhere. You look a wee bit pale. Fist of face. Just watch where this thing's going. Getting out the tin can. Let's see. This area is biocontaminated. It's really hazardous. You're harmed. Conserve your wind. Let's see. All fired up. You don't have it in you right now. Itchy trigger finger. So different from the surface down here. Looks like wholesome. A tidy little cave. Getting swole. At least you got something for your trouble. You have hours stretching before you. Your key energy is up. You're not dead yet. At least being underground keeps you out of the weather. More than a flesh wound. Make it count. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Good thing you're not scared of tight places. Blasting everything to bits. Refreshing. Let's see. Boom. %50 done. You're a... Festering. Cutting edge. Your key is gone. Shop, shop. That's one just over there. Go for it. Get ready. You're in pain. Shop, shop. That's one just over there.